Hey, what up, Ray Ben? All right, all right. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back to a brand new episode of You Gotta Collect Call From. Let's see right here.
Good morning, my name is Parole Officer Martinez. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, 2026, and this is a hearing of the Connecticut Board of Veterans and Paroles.
Hey, what up, D?
The following board members are present this morning by stating their names on the record, certified they have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available for any information in preparation of this hearing. Morning, panel member Barry.
Good morning, Mike Poole, Robert Sadauskas.
Please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Inmate number.
Hey, what up, Ray
Your
Ben?
name and inmate number.
My name is Mark Abreu. My inmate number is 448708.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the full application for Mark Abreu Suero, inmate number 448708. He served a sentence of 10 years execution suspended after 3 years, 3 years probation for possession with consent.
Yeehaw, thank you for that.
Possession of a firearm. As of today, records reflect a full eligibility date of November 28, 2025. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. Mr. Abreu Suero is currently in the GD program and is on the wait list for additional programming. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score on the SRT falls within the low range of risk for recidivism. This is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin. Mr. Abreu, you may begin to tell everyone why you should be granted parole.
I wrote a little something. I'm a little nervous right now. And my mother language is Spanish, so I'm going to try my best to read this here.
Okay.
Dale.
So good morning. I've been waiting for this time, for this day to come for a very long time. Every day I've been incarcerated. I've been working on correcting myself.
Brittany Ann, what's up? Can you hear me?
My maturity to me, my decision making. Even I got myself more physically healthy.
Hey, what up, Smoggy?
The people close to me have suffered tremendously during my time away.
Hey, thank you,
That
Brittany
is
Ann.
why
Hey, what up, Anthony? How's your dad?
That's what it hurts the most. I mean, my main motivation for making a better, more healthy life is
Hey, what up, Jaden?
to be the best possible version of myself and to be a better father for my kids.
Hey, do you guys think
And
that he wrote that
understand
himself, or did he have somebody write it for him?
Mistake come with a consequence,
It's not working.
and I'm ready to prove to myself and my family the man I've become. Thank
What a wild. Hey, can you guys hear
Thank
me?
you very much,
or
Mr.
not?
Abreu, for that statement. Each of us will take turns asking you questions. When we're done with our questions, we'll deliberate and give you our decision. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Mr. Poole will start with the question.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you, Erica.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, Brittany.
So, I mean, the big glaring thing in this case for me is
But not through the
what with
mic?
all the guns.
What though? What were you guys hearing me through?
What's
What up,
what
Maui?
what's behind all of that?
Let me check.
It was nothing behind the gun. I got a storage unit there
Oh,
was,
hold on.
I used to share it with more people.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Hold on,
So
hold on.
it
Let me.
was, I was there. It was like in a story unit.
General
Right,
setting.
but that was, they went and found all of those guns in there,
All right, is this better now? I fixed the mic now. You guys should.
all of those guns and all that
should sound better.
ammunition in there.
What up, crypto?
Um,
All right, cool.
and
Got it. Thank
so
you,
that
guys.
belonged to somebody else, or
I believe that I was belonging to somebody else. I was hanging around probably the wrong people in that time. And I didn't know.
Matches your life. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for real, though, if you will. Hey, thank you, Desiree.
so
We
what
hear
did you
you. You're
learn?
good.
from
Okay,
that?
thank you, Matthew.
I learned to like stay away from that type of person. I'm gonna I ever go home.
Hey, thank you, Josh.
Because the only thing that gets you is where you're sitting right now, right?
I'm sorry.
The only thing that gets you is where you're sitting right now.
Hey, Jenna, thank you.
The only thing that me was being here and stay away from my children and my love, my family.
Right. And your background, there's not a real extensive background there. And
Raven,
what I
thank
see
you.
is there weren't any other guns in your past.
He had one of
But
these.
sharing a storage unit with somebody like that that's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, Jenna.
Especially when you see what's happening in the street out here.
Hey,
Yeah.
damn, Raven, thank you. Making it rain.
So you haven't taken any programs, but you're in the GED program?
Yeah, I'm going to school and I'm going to NA and AA meetings. So I did the rest of my time on my Google. So when I got sentenced and when you're on my Google, you're not available to do program to use sentence. So my 50% hit when I was over there. So I'll be moving. I went from Madugo to Walker, from Walker to here. So now I'm just in the waiting list, waiting. I'll be trying to do my best to keep myself out of in a better direction.
So you have alcohol and marijuana in your past, right?
Yes.
And
Hold
you
on.
say in your interview with the parole officer, you said that's not been a problem.
Smoke weed
No,
every
that's not a
day.
problem.
Hey, what up, Jazz 99?
So you just use and you drink and smoke socially, not every day, not every week.
I used to smoke every day, weed, marijuana, and I drink like once in a while.
Smoke
like,
weed every day.
I keep on hearing Nate Dogg.
And when did the smoking every day stop? When you came in?
Yes.
Smoke weed every day.
So do you think that that's a problem?
Thank you, Jazz.
No.
Hey, thank you, Kara.
So do you think everybody smokes all day? Or not every day?
Smoke weed every day.
I don't think you're supposed to be smoking like every day or even smoking because
Smoke weed every day.
I mean, it's not. I'm
Hey, what
not
up,
trying to
Crystal?
get you to say, pot's a bad thing because it's legal in the state. But when you're using it every single day and you have the convictions that you have, that's
Hey, what up,
probably an
Gio?
issue, right?
yes.
How do you think that your offenses affected the community and the people around you?
And basically, like, my family, that's because I'm the end of the day, I'm a family member. I'm my brother, I'm my son, I'm my father, and my family be suffering for me being here, my kids, for not being allowed to be around them and stuff.
Right, but you're sharing a storage unit with people in the street that are obviously supplying guns or using guns for some
No,
not
they don't.
good thing, right?
I believe
He had
Like,
one of
never
these.
I would never knew what was going on, 'cause, like, I got the storage unit, but like I got my stuff over here, they got their stuff over there, they got their stuff, like everybody got their corner. So I'm not, it was just because it was cheaper to, like, one time he paid 1 month, the other person paid another month, and we used to return. That's why I look at it.
It was a team effort, if you will. It was a community. It was a community
So-
effort.
That's, okay, I understand that. If that's the case, though,
Next up on Storage
you're in a
Wars.
storage unit with people who are, looks to me like trafficking guns.
Hey, that would be one storage unit I wouldn't want to
Right,
bid
so-
on.
We're selling them on the street, right?
No, I don't think that, because the people that the guy that was with me in the storage,
What up, Drea?
they work every day. You know, they got house, they got family. I just didn't know that that's there. They probably got con license, you know.
You know, that's gonna be the word of the day right there. You know. Hey, Summer D, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate you.
All right.
Hey, what up, 2-2? Appreciate you.
Just gonna ask a couple other questions. So you want to go with your aunt in Danbury sponsor, right?
Is Danbury
Yes.
anything like
And you have
Millbury?
nothing firm with,
Junie, thank
you
you.
have nothing
Buenas
firm when it comes
noches.
to employment. You don't have somebody who's written a letter that says that you have a job or anything like
For
that.
real though, hell nah.
Right?
I couldn't hear you, Ryan. Sorry.
When it comes to employment, you don't have anybody who said or given you a job when you get out. It's something that you're gonna have to look for, right?
No, I do got somebody already, because I was working with them on
Hey, what up, Alexander? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. How you been?
Okay, and what were you doing? Was that the landscaping and plumbing or?
What up,
Yeah,
Kate?
it was landscaping and plumbing.
And was this one of the people that had the storage unit with you?
No,
Mm.
All right, let me see if other board members have questions.
Hey, what do you guys think? You guys think they're gonna let him go? I don't think he's doing so good right now.
Mr. Abreu, why were you selling drugs?
What up, Christina?
I was
What up,
not
Dabri?
selling. I was basically like, I got that drug because we had a party. Like I was doing stupid. I had the drugs. I wasn't selling no drugs because I work. So I had the drugs. I mean,
Why?
we got a party, like, and then I would never try that. I was just trying to try something different.
You were being the supplier of the drugs for a party?
What up, Blessed?
No, we had a party, and then I basically bought something.
Hey, what up, Nisha? Where you been
So
at?
you bought the drugs for the
Yeah.
party?
That's
for
right.
myself.
What up,
So
Nicole?
you just told my colleague that you only used alcohol and marijuana, but
Yeah,
that
but
wasn't the.
Smoke weed every day.
That was like one time thing.
What the drugs that you were caught with were not marijuana or alcohol.
I know it was I did pills and stuff like that.
So what's the truth, Mr. Abu? Because it doesn't sound like you're being honest.
I'm being honest. I bought the thing because my friend had a party, and then it was like a pool party, so I was just trying to.
So if that's the case, then you got a possession of a controlled substance back in 2016. What was that for?
You see the way my
that was
addiction works,
marijuana.
board
A
member.
controlled substance is not marijuana.
That's what it was. I remember in 2016. I went to NCCA for it and finished.
Right, but you wouldn't be charged with possession of a controlled substance for marijuana. You'd be charged with possession of marijuana. A controlled substance is either pills or something, Oxycontin.
The good stuff.
I remember when that happened in the past, it was my dad. He used to have cancer. He passed away, and then I got stuck. Because in that moment, I was homeless. I was living in the car. So I got all my dad medication and stuff back in the trunk.
Well, at least he was in Carlos.
So, Mr. Abreu, I'm having a very difficult time believing what you're saying to me. I'm glad that you're in school. And it sounds like you really do want to be a better person. But the math isn't mathing. I don't understand why you'd have that quantity of drugs on you. And you're saying to my colleague that you only use marijuana and you smoked it all day and you use alcohol. What did he say? Not occasionally, but it's just not making sense to me. I think that you need to do some more programs, sir. I really do. I think that you still have some more work to do. Why were all your tickets dismissed or deferred?
My ticket, cause it was new COs, and it was like, if I got something hanging in the cell, they didn't know, and they did, oh, you need to take it off. But at the end of the day, it was.
What up, Queen?
It was not even tickets like that. It was,
You know.
Okay, Mr. Sazowski.
Thank you, Madam
Hey,
Chair.
what up, nurse?
Good morning, sir.
morning.
So I just want to talk a little bit more about what happened, because
What up, Cha-Cha?
you said some things to my colleagues about you're not involved with guns. That's what you said to them. But when I'm reading the police report, it looks different, So the police were coming to look for you, not for the drugs and things in your house so much, but they were coming to arrest you for a shooting, for an
French
assault,
Montana.
right?
He does look like French Montana.
Yeah. So you were arrested that day for a shooting that took place earlier in 2024. What happened to that case?
It was not me.
And they dismissed it. I did nothing, so they basically dismissed the case.
Hey, what up, Chicali?
But that's
Yeah,
why they
I
were.
didn't-
But that's
I
why they
didn't-
were watching you. It says on the report they were watching you because they wanted to arrest you for a shooting that took place earlier in the year. And then when they found the keys to the storage unit in your pocket, you had the keys. They were suspicious that's where the guns might be because they didn't find them in the house. So
They were not my keys.
it's like my colleague said, it's difficult to understand and really to believe that you didn't know that the storage facility that you were in control of contained this ammunition and these magazines after the police were looking for you related to a shooting,
Yeah.
Did someone else get arrested for that shooting?
What up?
No, it was they found me not guilty. They dismissed. They didn't have nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Hey, thank
And
you,
you
Bishop.
maintain that you have nothing to do with guns or anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I think that's all I have. Thank you, sir.
I don't
Thank you,
even
Madam
like
Chair.
keys.
Thank you. Mr. Abreu, give us a few minutes to talk about your case and we'll
Hey.
give you our decision, okay?
All right, thank you.
In my eyes, I don't think he's ready. But as if you guys seen these board hearings from Connecticut, it's a numbers game. They gotta let people out, so
Does not have
you never know. They'll surprise you sometimes. They'll throw you a curveball.
programs on his OAP completed. It's in the GED program.
This guy had a what was it? A storage
Jeez.
unit full of pews, ammunition. He was getting ready
This
for
is a lot of guns.
WW111, if you
Yeah.
will.
I just.
Connecticut. Yep. What up, Sue?
We have a storage unit with, a lot of guns. And it's like, what's going on in
One.
all that, I have a hard time getting past.
Maybe he got set up by the CIA.
He hasn't, the daily marijuana user, coming into this, he said it's not a problem. However, he has addiction services program on his OAP that he has completed. And the offense was committed on probation. And
Hey guys, don't
I'd
forget
like
to
see
tap
him
that
go
screen.
forward, just,
Tapping that screen is
Thank
free.
you.
It doesn't cost
So,
you anything.
Mr. Abreu.
Hey, what up, Cooking?
Rates out low in terms of risk to recidivate. He does have a number
Tulip.
of programs on his OAP that he really does need to finish. I don't know why he's just now pursuing his education, but he's still very young.
Nah, this
and,
isn't.
Could use the additional programming, hopefully to get some additional tools under his belt prior to returning to the community. So I would deny his discretionary parole today.
Hey, what
but
up?
I
What
would
up,
be
Ben?
willing to rehear him.
Hey,
later.
Christine. Thank you. I am.
Mr. Sazowskis?
Yeah, the only thing I'd add is that, what's concerning me, he was on probation when this happened. We're going to talk about that a lot. Probation was terminated.
I'm not sure Apple user.
I think what took place here was that sounds like he was fighting some of these charges. So it took a while for this to get all rectified. His sentencing wasn't until November of 2025. And during that time, he was probably in county or wherever, not getting programs, So he's only been like 4 months, working on his GED.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Thank you,
I would be
Don.
open to rehearing this case with seeing if he could complete some of his programs on his OAP and maybe come back with a little bit more insight into his responsibility for all of this.
A little bit more.
So, he's done with us at 27. You want to do 1 year?
That is when.
Yeah, 1 year from now is when he's done. So it's got to be 6 months.
September.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go 6 months.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. He's halfway house approved too, so he may not even make it to September. We'll have to see.
Okay.
I don't know. No sé.
He was only out for 7 days before he bought him that.
7 days?
So,
Hey, what up? What up?
26, and this is a gift.
Hey,
Yeah.
crazy. Thank you.
Inadequate program participation, is that reason enough?
And current offense committed on probation. Is that okay?
With
What
regard
up,
to
love bug?
Marco Bruce Sorrell, 448708, I move to deny parole based on inadequate program participation and his offense being committed while he was on probation. I further move to rehear this matter in 6 months, September of 2026, at which time we would like to see Mr. Bruce Sorrell complete positive programs, preferably the ones that are listed on his offender accountability plan, and refrain from incurring any disciplinary infractions. Is there a second? All in favor?
I.
So, Mr. Brewer, you'll receive all of this in writing. We want you to take some programs and come back, okay?
What up, 401?
Thank you.
Here, Mr. Marco Bruce Squirrel, inmate number 44.
You're all set.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Mike?
Positive programs. This one is 0 DRs.
And for anybody that's wondering, this is from the 5th. So this was from like from
Do you
3
want
days
to do
ago.
Bedelio since you did that one at the last hearing? It's already here.
He had a storage unit full of pew-pews, if you will. He said that he was renting it out with a few other individuals, and they would rotate 1 month. One person would pay 1 month, the other person would pay the next,
Hi,
and so
sir.
on and
What's
so
your
forth.
name?
You guys get the
How you
idea.
doing? My name is Raekwon Carr.
What's
There
that?
you go. Thank you, Sue. Appreciate you. I don't even know how to do that. Hey, loving the soundboard. Hey, thank you, DJ. DJ K-Pod. That's right. Hell yeah. Where's everybody tuning in from? I see on one stream we got 116 people. We got 149 on the other one. Appreciate you guys.
2026, and this is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Parole. The following board members are present this morning, and by stating their names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Good morning, panel member Barry.
Morning, Mike Poole.
Robert Sazowskis.
Please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Good morning. My name is Raekwon Carr. My MA number is 411176.
4111.
411176.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Raekwon Carr, inmate number 411176. He is serving a sentence of 8 years, execution suspended after 2 years and 1 day with probation to criminal possession of a firearm, criminal possession of a pistol, and possession with intent. As of today, records reflect a parole eligibility date of October 9th, 2025. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. Mr. Carr has completed his GED and is on the wait list for additional programming. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offenders will now score on the SRT falls within the high range of risk for recidivism. This is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin, Mr. Carr.
Yes, I would like to say I take full responsibility for my actions that led to my incarceration. My choices were wrong, and I understand that they harm not only myself, but also my family and my community.
What up, Joe?
I do not blame anyone else for the decisions I made. I accept accountability and the consequences that follow it. During my time in custody, I have taken meaningful steps to better myself. I earned my GED. My GED.
What? What? He's reading upside
I earned my
down?
GED, which was an important milestone for me. Completing my GED has shown me that I am capable of discipline, commitment, and long-term goals. It has also changed the way I see my future. I want more for my family
Hey, what up,
and
Kimberly?
myself. If I'm granted parole, I have a clear plan in place. I intend to secure employment immediately and continue my education to create a stable and legal financial life. My goal is to build a career that allows me to support my family honestly and consistently. I understand the importance of structure, responsibility, and surrounding myself with positive influences. I have especially been motivated by my 2 daughters and my fiance. They have continued to support me and encourage me through this time. I know I cannot undo my past, but I am committed to being present, responsible, and a dependable father and partner moving forward. I understand that trust must be rebuilt through action,
Hey, what up,
and I
Shannon?
am prepared to prove my growth through consistent righteous behavior. I respectfully ask for the opportunity to demonstrate the changes I've made. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much, Mr. Carr, for taking time to write that statement. We appreciate your acceptance of responsibility and your expression of remorse. What is going to happen here is each of us will take turns asking you questions. When we're done with our questions, we'll deliberate
Hey,
and give you our decision.
Do you guys think he wrote
Yes.
that, or did he have
That's
somebody
up to
write
you,
that for him
sir.
for a few honey
I'm
buns?
going to start with the questions. Tell us why you had these weapons.
Another one with
I
weapons?
can't say anything past immaturity. My immaturity, and I put myself in a hostile environment. I wasn't thinking. I didn't have my head on straight. I just wasn't in a right state of mind. I didn't make any good decisions. I can't say that I have any real reason besides my immaturity, my negative influences, myself. I put myself in that situation.
So tell me, what you said you weren't in the right state of mind. What do you mean by that?
I was going through a rough time. I got evicted out of my apartment. I was just going through a lot. My fiance was pregnant at the time, and I put myself in a hostile environment, as in attempted to sell charges and me putting myself around the wrong people, the negative influences, and that led to my incarceration.
And so in that sense, you were selling drugs. And so because you were selling drugs, you needed the weapons for protection.
Yes.
Yeehaw! Thank you for that.
And you spoke a little bit about
What up,
in
Maria?
your opening statement how
Hey, Joe, thank you.
your
Bobby, thank you.
actions impacted your family and the community. How exactly do your
Maria,
actions
gracias.
impact the community?
I knew I was hurting people in my community.
What up, Ricky?
The things that I was selling, I knew it was tearing apart families. I knew what I was doing. And
Big Country,
it was
thank
just
you.
wrong. I just felt wrong doing them. That's not even me. My mom raised me better than that. I have a good support system. So when I fell on hard times, I just panicked. I panicked and I fell into the environment that I was around, and I shouldn't have.
And weren't you on probation with the feds?
Yes.
So why didn't you reach out to your officer and let them know that you were?
I didn't have the
struggling?
right skills.
I tried to, and I had 2 jobs. One of the jobs, they shut down. Friday shut down all over Connecticut. So at the time, I didn't know that they were going to shut down, but they just shut down. And when I told my PO, it wasn't much he can do because I already had an eviction notice on my door. So at the time, I'm panicked now. I don't know what to do. I don't have the right credentials to move on to get enough money or a job to pay my rent or to pay my bills.
So you
So at the
result
time-
to criminal activity.
At
And
the
now
time-
you're away from your family
Thank
and
you,
you're
Love
not
Bug.
able to contribute to anything at all.
Yes.
And not only were you participating in criminal activity, do you know how much the guns in our communities plague our community? Every
Yes,
single time I turn on the TV, someone is shot, killed. I mean, every single day. Hartford, New Haven, Waterloo. So many people are dying because of people like yourself who keep buying these guns illegally. And then when it comes time to protect yourself, you're forced to use them. And unfortunately, innocent people are harmed by that. So it's kind of a ripple effect. You know, you're
Thank you,
not
Sue.
only are you selling poison in our communities for your own selfish financial gain. I mean,
Hey, Matt, 401, I got one of this for him.
people, when they're faced with eviction notices, they call 211 or try to find some kind of additional help to prolong those things. And I mean, or find additional work, do some
What up,
side
sweetie?
jobs. There's so many other alternatives. I'm not sure why you chose to go this way. Did
What
you
up,
think
Kay?
it was just quick and easy money?
Kimberly, thank you.
yes, that's all it was to it. I was very selfish because now I'm away from my two daughters and they tell me the worst about myself. Like I wasn't supposed to come back here and I wasn't supposed to do these things again. And that's not even me. I was just doing dumb things. I was immature in my way of thinking. I could have went to a temp agency job. And
Connecticut.
I could have did a lot more things than what I did.
30 minutes.
Especially if you had the help in the community, I'm just not sure why you wouldn't utilize it. You know, and you're asking us for parole now, and parole provides very similar services. So if you didn't think that your probation officer for federally could help you out, what do you think that parole is going to do for you?
Hey, what up, Maribel?
Honestly, my thinking now is beyond what I used to think. My maturity level is beyond what it used to be. I'm just trying to show you a better me and to prove my family and my community that I could be a better me. And my plans.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
No, go ahead.
My plans is with this, because before I didn't have the right credentials to land me the job that I needed. Honestly,
That's
I
right.
could have went to the temp agency and got me a little job to help pay the bills and help with the rent. But now that I have my GED, I can go on with my career job. My plan is to get my
hell yeah.
CDL as soon as I get home.
Why
And
didn't you?
that way I
Why
can
didn't you?
support my family.
Why didn't you finish school when you were supposed to? Why weren't you going?
Excuse me?
Why weren't you going to school when you were supposed to?
Come again?
Why didn't you finish your high school education?
Nah, this isn't. It is not.
The same things outside in the streets, growing up in New Haven, just caught up in temptation.
So, Mr. Carr, I want to congratulate you on receiving your GED, and you're absolutely correct in that does open more doors for you now. And that's not an easy thing to achieve, and you were capable of doing that. So that shows us that you do have some intelligence about yourself, and you are capable of more than being an 8411 and 76. So we're hoping that, you know, you take that and use that as a stepping stone to
It is, Woody.
continue your education, as you stated, and be a provider for your family. And you know that if you are granted parole today, that you'll be released to feds.
Yes.
Hey,
And so
Moonstone,
are
thank
you
you.
hoping that they'll reduce your sentence? Or not reduce it, but like release you early too, or?
No, I was already told that I have to do my sentence. I was already told that there's no way I could get around that.
Okay.
I have a year and 1 day in federal detention, and with that, I don't get anything either.
All right, Mr. Sadowski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So yeah, Mr. Carr, when you go to federal prison, what's your plans for programs? You've been in federal prison before, right?
What up,
Yes.
Tracy?
They have a good program, right?
Yes.
So do you have any plan? You talked about your CDL and getting ready to work when you get out. What's your plan? What are you going to do when you're in federal prison?
While I'm in federal prison, I'm going to attend certain programs like RDAT. RDAT is a program that's for violent offenders, drugs, and guns. So it helps you put a plan in motion for when you get home, so you're not surrounded, so you're not tempted to go back to those things. It helps you to create a positive ideal thought that you can do better.
Hey, appreciate you, Tina.
I've heard in
Bruno.
the past, other people say that they have a CDL program there. I don't know if that would be
Yes.
available to you, but if you can get a head start when you go there, at whatever point you end up there, try to get that CDL. It's going to be easier to get it while you're in than when you're out and you're having responsibilities dealing with other things too, you know?
Yes, sir.
How long did it take you to get your GED?
Roughly 7 months.
Okay.
Roughly 7 months. I failed a couple classes, but I didn't stop trying because I know this is very important to me and my family. I know this is a very important step. I'm 29 years old, and I don't want to keep going through the same things I've been going through. I feel like I failed my family.
Yeah.
I'm just ready I'm just ready to mature and be a father.
And like my colleague said, you know, all those statements you're making, you know, are evidenced by the fact that you did get that GED and by the, you know, even failing some of the classes and not giving up and going back and taking a long time and at your age probably being harder to do than it would have been if you would have done it younger. You know, it just shows us, to me, shows me that
Rosie, thank
you're
you.
sincere, that you really do want to do better, you know.
Yes.
I wish you the best of luck, sir. That's all I have. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Ford? Thank you. So give us a few minutes to talk about your case, Mr. Carr. We'll give you our decision.
Hey, what do you guys think?
Yes,
Do you guys feel like he's
Yeah.
rehabilitated?
So
Would he reoffend
the
again?
things that are concerning about Mr. Carr is that he rates out high in terms of risk to recidivate. He was also on probation when he committed this offense.
Hey, what up, GJ?
He has received a disciplinary infraction, but that was back in 2024. And since then, it really does seem to be on the straight and narrow. There are additional programs on his offender accountability plan that he's not completed. And it,
Smog.
I really do. And he has his federal detainer. So those are my concerns.
Well, he's gonna go to the feds anyways. He's not gonna
The
get out.
positives are that
Gracie, thank you.
he got his GED. It sounds as if he's motivated to return to the community and do positive things. He has a lot of community support. I counted 7 letters of support in his file. He has a release plan that appears to be viable, and he understands he has to go to the federal prison, and he has some aspirations on completing or continuing his education and programming while he's in there. He's done with us in just a few months, so really a few months, 6 months he'll be done with us. So I would support parole in this in this case because he's not going to return to the streets just yet, but he could at least start the 12 months that he has with the feds and then go on to his probation. So I would support parole today, effective today.
I agree.
I have his detainer. I also saw some suspended license charges in here. Do you have a valid license, sir?
No, not yet.
He's working on it. He's working on that CDL.
All right. So with regard to Raekwon Carr 411176, I move to grant parole on or after today's date, March 4th, 2026, with the following conditions. In addition to the standard parole conditions, you'll be released to your federal detainer. There's a halfway house placement just in case that's needed, and you are not to operate a motor vehicle without the express permission of your parole officer. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Mr. Carr, you'll receive all of this in writing. Congratulations. You can vote to parole.
Thank you.
All right.
I
So
appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you.
the feds means
If you're
that.
on the Raekwon Carr, inmate number 411176.
So right now, this gentleman right here, he's currently in state custody. He's in the state of Connecticut. He also had a case pending with the federalos. So which
Good
means
morning, sir. What's your name?
he's going to enter the federal system.
What's your name? Henry Padilla? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
He's going to enter.
Yeah.
He's going to enter the federal system now to finish up that sentence. Then once he finishes that federal sentence, he will be released. I'm not sure how much time he had left on that sentence, But the federal system, you could end up anywhere in the United States,
Good morning,
opposed
my name
to.
is Parole Officer Martinez. Today is Wednesday, March
Joe,
4th,
thank you.
2026. This is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Paroles. The following board members are present this morning, and by stating their names on the record, certified to have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Good morning, I'm Councilmember Barry.
Morning, Mike Poole.
Robert Sazowskis.
One day, 1 year,
Please
okay.
state your name and inmate number for the record,
Henry Bedigo,
and your inmate number.
333-674.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Henry Badillo, inmate number 333-674. He is serving a sentence of 30 months jail for failure to appear first and 2 counts of sale of narcotic substance and assault third. As of today's records reflect the parole eligibility date of November 25th, 2025.
York CI.
There is no victim input in this case. The inmate was heard by the board on September 24th, 2025. He was denied appeal, and a new hearing date is set for March of 2026. The board recommended that the inmate complete programs on the OAP, any additional programming available, and should refrain from obtaining any PRs. Since the last hearing, the offender has completed the following programs. Mr. Badillo has completed New Thoughts and Tier 2.
Damn, that
Utilizing
sucks.
the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score for risk of recidivating falls within the very high range.
They
This
did
is your
love what.
opportunity to express to the board why we believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Yeah, I'm working on my sobriety, and that's my main focus. And had a lot of time to think about, what I have to do in the street to maintain free in the street, and is my sobriety. That's my main issue, is keeping off the drugs and going to the community. I'm on methadone, but that's a safety net for me, and I got a
Hey,
lot
what
of
up,
family
Royal?
support. And I just want to go home and work
Hey, what up, Mondo?
and live a normal life, being finally not on drugs. My last relapse was my mom passed away, but I grieved, and I know she's in a better place, and it's time to move on and just be a man. I'm getting older, not younger. And
What up,
All right,
Paris?
well, thank you very much, Mr. Padilla, for your statement. You've been before the board before, so you know how this works. Mr. Poole is going to start with our call.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning.
morning
Good to see you again.
to you.
Glad that you haven't received any further disciplinary reports.
No,
That's a good thing.
Eric
And happy to see that you
Fuentes.
went through Tier 2 and New Thoughts. So a few things. One, the evaluation that we got for New Thoughts wasn't really glowing. It was kind of like it's just melted in.
yeah, it was.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. They had me doing 2 programs at one time, so I was going like 15 minutes late to that one. So that's why, mostly, because they had me doing both of them at one time.
So they were going on simultaneously. They were same time. So
It was one would start, let's say, at 12 o'clock, at 12 and ends at 1, and the other one starts at 1, and I won't get there till like 1:10. 1:15, 1:10.
all right. So then let's take a look between the 2 programs. So what did you pick up in Tier 2?
I picked up, she was teaching us about how the brain works and how the drugs function in your brain, and
This is your brain. This is your brain
that
on
she's not the
drugs.
only- we're not alone, that there's help out there for us. That she's a counselor also that's been through my footsteps, and there's a lot of help out there for us.
Okay. And what about New Thoughts?
Basically, it was kind of the same concept of, using our people
It's-
skills and not knowing what to do and not to do, and staying away from people or places and things. And, you know, basically keep working forward and using the community to build yourself up. We all fall down, but we all got to stand up too for ourselves, and no one else is going to do it.
Hey, who thinks he's on something? I think he might be under the influence. I'm no expert, but I've been around a few people like this.
You have to change people, places, and things. What do you change? How do you change that? What do you do?
I'll stay away from hangouts, old hangouts, you know.
What do you do instead? Because you need people, places, and things in your life.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta go to positive people. You know, we know the difference. Who's the positive people to hang with, and who's the wrong people to hang with. You know,
So where do you think you find those positive people?
Not in prison.
Positive places like going to meetings.
Library,
That's
maybe
one
a
of my
library?
priorities, going to meetings, going to IOP. That's what I want to do with Care Plus. You
A
know,
nursing home? Maybe a
do
nursing
IOP
home?
with them. And family members. You know, family is a big thing for me. They got a lot of support with family, and
Church.
you know, they want me to do the right thing. I'm the only boy
Walmart.
that got 4 sisters. My mom's no
Not the
longer
parking
here.
lot, though.
Step up to the plate here and do what I have to do as a man. But yeah.
You anybody in your family in recovery?
None of my sisters, they haven't used any substance. But they understand.
So you
they
said
know.
you said you wanted to put meetings in place, right?
Yes, sir.
And where are you going to find those meetings?
There's meetings in New London and Hartford. They're everywhere. You know, they got this meeting booklet that they give you, and they tell you the time, the places, church. They got them at the soup kitchens. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You just gotta look. You know, want to go to meetings and try to get a sponsor.
No soup for you.
Have another safety net there.
Have you ever had a sponsor before?
No, this is our first time thing. I'm gonna try new. I'm always want to do it my way, and my way don't work. So I'm gonna try. You know, ask for help.
I mean, it's pretty obvious
So
his
have
way doesn't
you,
work.
Given any thought to a recovery coach?
Yes, that's why I want to go to the IOP and Care Plus. I've been here before, and they got like case managers and stuff like that.
Hey, what up, No Face? Thank you.
You know, plus I'm on methadone maintenance, and I'm gonna stay on that too. And they also got case managers and recovery coaches, stuff like that.
Okay, so you know where Care Plus is?
Yes, it's in Grind. Or I can call 211 and they and there's a lot of help out there. If a person who don't want help is because they're not looking.
Hey, you know who this guy looks like? He looks like the broke man's Aaron Hernandez, if you will. Rest in peace.
So it would be really good for you to connect with a recovery coach before you leave the facility.
Okay.
Because you know what good intentions get us, right?
Yep.
So
things.
It doesn't sound like Aaron Hernandez, though.
To have someone in place
Timo, if you will.
so that you can connect with on the way out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Hernandez, you ain't right.
You are looking to go to a halfway house, right?
Right.
And one of the good things is that all of the halfway houses have a recovery coach.
And that's why I want to go. I got sponsored to go home. I got 2 of them, but I told I think it was Miss Martinez, I don't want to go home.
Hey, Jennifer, have a good one.
Because I know that's who in the halfway house, you know, I still got some structure on me. And what you're saying, I can go to the methadone clinic and get those people in places, and they send you there to go there. And last time I was at the Drapetic Center, it worked for me, and I successfully completed. I had my job. You know, I was doing what I was supposed to do.
Hey, Brent, thank you.
My mom passed away, but that's just another excuse, you know, but it happens.
So you were doing what you're supposed to do, except for what?
The right thing? Checking in with the
To stay
probation officer?
clean and sober when my mom passed away, staying strong when I was supposed to stay the strongest.
Right, but what I'm saying is that you were doing things right except for what?
The wrong thing?
Because obviously
Nah, it's not.
mom dies, you choose to use. But was new thought, you took new thoughts, was that the right thinking?
This is
That wasn't the right thinking when she passed away.
So what should you have done? That's what I'm at, that's what I'm trying to get you to. It's like, what should you have done in its place?
I should have went and asked and talked to people and tell them what I'm feeling and what I wanted to do, and not use. I should have looked for more help. You're right.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, and once you start using, it's like, it's DOC that appears to have to stop you
Correct.
because you can't stop on your own,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. And that's another reason I'm on methadone too. That's another safety net for me.
So, and what I'd suggest is that would be a good thing for you to do, because I'm looking at your history. In 2020, you were released on parole and then discharged in October with at end of sentence. But before that, I mean, we're going back. I don't like going back into ancient history, but the supervision before that, you went out on TS and you came back with a relapse. So you must have gone to TOP or something like that.
Yep, I remember.
So putting that recovery coach in place, things go sideways, that's somebody to talk to.
Yep.
Putting
Hey,
those
thank you, Ryan.
meetings in place, when things go sideways, that's a place to go, and you should have a phone full of numbers.
Smoggy, thank you.
That's my plan, sir. I promise you, that's my plan. I want to go. I didn't do that before, like meetings, like really. Everybody was always pushing me. This time I want to do it, myself. Everybody's always was pushing me to do this and do that. No, I want to do it this time myself,
Right.
because I already know that's what's going to work. I'm already 43, man. I'm too old.
We're trying to get you to be 44.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to mention.
Thank you.
Hey, Love Buck,
So,
thank you.
Mr. What do you think today's hearing is?
I didn't hear you, man.
What do you think today's hearing is for?
To see if you guys gonna let me go again to another hearing, see if I deserve to go on parole, if I'm gonna make it or not.
So when you were denied a few months back, did you think that when you came back, you were just automatically going to be granted parole?
No, this is a privilege. This ain't guaranteed.
This fool said it's a privilege.
Because when my colleague was asking you questions, you came across as if we should already know this information, or like you were overly confident in your being able to maintain your sobriety this time. And if that were true, unfortunately, the drug that you choose, that's your drug of choice, is one of the absolute hardest habits to kick.
It is.
And if it was that easy, you would have kicked it a long time ago.
Mhm.
There were a few conflicting things that you spoke about. You told my colleague that you relapsed when your mother passed. And then in the interview with the original officer, Shamroy, you told him that you started using drugs when your mom died. So which one is it?
Both of them, all of them.
I don't
A, B, C,
understand.
and D.
No,
All of the
I've
above.
been using drugs. Been a problem for me for years before my mom. But I was sober at it. I was sober at the
When did
time.
your mother die? What year?
In 19.
2019?
2019?
Yeah, the end of 2019.
Because
So-
it says that he says he first began using drugs when his mother, at 27, after the passing of his mother.
Dabs.
No, I used drugs way before, but I was sober at the time. And then my mom passed away, and then I relapsed. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got you.
2019, because it looks like you were still using drugs in 2018, 2017, 16. So how long were you clean?
On the weekends?
For a year, the time I was incarcerated before.
So here's the thing.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
things that my colleague was asking you about and suggesting to you, those are additional tools for you to maintain your sobriety. We don't
Right.
come in here, although we know what we would like to hear a person say, we want to make sure that you have a plan in place so that you cannot come back to prison. So when we ask you questions like, do you have a sponsor? Who? Have you connected with this? Those things are important because people who sit there, just because they've been sober since they've been in prison, they think that when they go back out into the real world, that things are just automatically going to fall into place. And it's not. You have to have a solid plan. You've had your family before. You had your, I'm sure that you tried this methadone or Suboxone before. You have to accept the help that is going to be offered to you, sir.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
me why you didn't have domestic violence on your offender accountability plan.
I'm not sure.
I don't think that's girlfriend. That was a mistake.
That wasn't your girlfriend?
No, I read.
No.
I read the-
Okay. So what Care Plus you said is in New London, is that right? Or
Yes,
Grind?
ma'am. It's in Grind. I'm pretty sure it's Route 12.
So, but you're asking for a halfway house in Hartford.
Either or, they got the same kind of help. And I forgot the name of the building. If it's in Hartford, I know it's 500 Albany Avenue, where they got the dual.
I would suggest that when you return to your cell, that you take some time to write out a relapse plan. It's
Hey, Debs,
really
thank you.
important. Unless you like prison and then you like bringing in there with all those men and away from your family and that food that tastes so delicious in there. I mean, it's really important that you take your sobriety seriously.
Can't forget
because
about the
yeah, I
honey
know.
buns.
Your history dates back to 2004. But you've been doing this a long time.
I won't be back here. I won't be back
Don't
here.
be overly confident is what I'm trying to say to you. You need help. I know it's difficult sometimes for men to ask for help, but you have to ask for help. You cannot do this.
I know. Yeah, I was that man that didn't want to ask for help because of my pride. You're right.
Push that aside. All right, Mr. Sosowski.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Badillo, you were driving your car in some of these situations. What's the situation with your driver's license now?
What up, Tinkerbell?
Actually, that's what I was. I'm working on that right now too. I'm working on getting my driver's license back, and Mr. Bernard, the guy that's
It's suspended. It's suspended right now?
Hot mess, thank you.
I think so.
All right,
But I'm
and you're
working
working on figuring that
I'm
out.
work. Yeah, I got the package right now and on top of my bed. I'm
Candy.
working on that and on my CDL. I'm practicing that because that's what
Okay.
I'm focused on going to go do.
Yeah, one thing at a time. Get your license first, right? You know, you
Yeah,
can still
yeah.
study at home. You can still study at home for the CDL, but you
Yeah,
know, like in steps, so you don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You had a co-defendant. Person's name is Julie Kozlowski. Who's that? Who's that to you?
that's my ex-girlfriend. I think she's in Florida.
Are you not gonna? You don't have any plans to have any contact with her?
No,
Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna call her up to fly right back.
I think that's all I have. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
What do you guys think? Do you
We're
guys
going
think
to
he's
deliberate.
ready?
It's a few minutes, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey,
Chair.
so You guys hear his voice? That's how, when I woke up from my life
Mr.
support,
Badillo is
that's how I
in
sounded.
front of us for a rehear. He was heard, and at the time he had not completed
Yeah, they're gonna let us know right now. It's gonna be instant.
programs on his OAP. He did tier 2 and
Hey, yeah, those
New
tubes mess
Thoughts.
you up.
But Anthony, when I Mr. Badillo, they were one right after the other. And
Hey, when I woke up from coma, I was like a
that could
maniac.
explain why some of the ratings.
Hey, I was
or most of the
awful. I was
ratings
saying
on
all
the New
kinds of
Thoughts
stuff.
was Fair instead of good or.
Yeah, the ventilator does dry you out.
It was important in the original hearing to bring it back because he has flat 30-month sentence. And, you know, I really believe that he and society could benefit from supervision. His last two, there's 2 sets of convictions in the last 10 years.
Broke both legs. Damn. That's a rough one.
And go back just a little bit further than that. He was on supervision. He was released on transfer parole. And he returned
Hey, Love
from a
Bug, it does.
relapse. And
I'll share right now.
was
When they stop
able
talking,
to
I'll share. I'll tell you guys what happened.
go and get some treatment. The last one.
Hey,
was
Steffi,
in the
thank
height
you.
of COVID, where he did 7 months on parole and then returned and was discharged, and he was arrested for sales the following year. He hasn't had a disciplinary report in a year.
Hey, Tinker, thank you.
That was part of March thought he didn't come back. He understands where Care Plus is in the
Hey,
New
that's
London
right,
area. And he
Dean.
also, when questioned, because it did request Hartford, he understands where there's support there. I really, hope in the recent meeting with Roland Community Services, I'm glad there's a recovery coach embedded in each of the halfway houses, because I think Mr. Badillo is going to need to, if he's going to be successful, avail himself of knowledge and services that will be right there where he lives. I would support parole. I just think that his best chance for success is to get back into the community and have himself reestablished with a clinic and the support that he needs.
Thank you. Mr. Suzastis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I agree with Mr. Paul said. The only thing that, I would like to see him complete the anger management program while he's out on discretionary parole.
Oh, it looks like
You
he might be
mentioned
getting
domestic
it.
violence. I read through that case. It's not necessarily domestic violence, but I do think that anger management could help him. And he doesn't, it's not going to be a lot of time here. It looks like he's on a census in January, so we're talking about less than a year of supervision, trying to get him set up some stable housing and make connections with the support that he needs. So when that ends in January, hopefully we'll have a smoother transition by doing this. So I'm in agreement to grant him discretionary parole
Oh,
today.
I said he's getting it.
So for conditions, I have halfway house, no victim, AM, no co-defendant, mental health evaluation and treatment, no driving, and anger management.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
Okay, with
Just
regard
2
to Henry
yeses and he's good to go.
33674, I move to grant discretionary parole on or after today's date, March 4th, 2026. With the following conditions, in addition to the standard parole conditions, you are not to operate a motor vehicle without the permission of your parole officer. you are to have no contact with your victim, AM, no contact with your co-defendant, Julie Pawlowski, participate in mental health evaluation and receive treatment as necessary, complete anger management out in the community, and also we put the halfway house placement for residential help. Is there a second? All in favor? All right, Mr. Benigno, you receive all of this in writing. Congratulations, you've been voted to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, sir.
They don't say any date.
March, today, it's effective today, but it's an on or after day. So as soon as they find you a bed, you should be out.
All right, thank you so much. I won't be back, I promise.
I hope so.
Thank you, have a good one.
Hearing for Henry DeVillo, MA number 333674.
Okay, so I know a few people had asked me if this is live. No, it's not. This was from 4 days ago. So I'm live, but the recording in the background is not. I want to touch on something. So a lot of people felt that he didn't deserve to get paroled, but at the end of the day, in states like Connecticut, it's a numbers game. Everybody goes. It's not like California. California, the only people that go in front of the parole board are going to be people that are lifers, like they have 15 years to life, 20 years to life, and things of that nature. In Connecticut, everybody goes to the parole board. You could have 5 years, 10 years, whatever. You're gonna go in front of the parole board, and you got to think about it. If they don't release people, then that place is gonna be over capacity. Then federal government's gonna get involved, and it's just gonna be a huge mess. So they gotta let people go, whether they like it or not. At the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. And for those of you that are new here, I'm James. I run this platform here at Collect Help From. We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I do interviews with people incarcerated in California. Sometimes I'll do parole board hearings, sometimes court hearings. I do a mixture of different things. Or sometimes I just come on a left field. And if I feel it's right, then I'll go ahead and do it. I want to touch on something because some of you have been watching me for quite some time, and I disappeared for a while. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, but I went through something in December. I went into the hospital to have a procedure done. That procedure got botched, and I ended up, what's up, my boy Armando? I ended up having to need that when that procedure got botched. Maybe like 12 hours later, I needed to have emergency surgery. They ended up removing half of my colon. They opened up my stomach, pulled out all my guts, and they found out that I had a blood clot. That blood clot caused half of my colon to no longer be here. They ended up cutting it off. They ended up reattaching everything back together, and I'm glad that they were able to salvage some of my colon, because if not, I would have probably ended up with a colonoscopy bag. And from what I hear, they're not all that great. So I am happy. I'm grateful for that. I ended up on life support for 5 days, and I spent about 3 weeks in the hospital. And the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because I've never been addicted to any type of substance. I've always steered clear of them. When people would bring them around and partying or whatnot, and they were offering me stuff, I didn't want to be around it. It wasn't my thing. But when I was in the hospital, I'm in pain. And the nurse is coming around. She's like, "Hey, are you in pain? Do you want some Dilaudid?" I'm like, "Hey, hit me." And man, she hit me with that Dilaudid. Man, it was like I got a hug from the clouds. So, with me having that experience, I could see how some individuals could get addicted, to drugs, because it feels great, man. But what I noticed, after, they would give me it depends. Some days they would give it to me every 8 hours. Some days they would give it to me every 4 hours, depending on who was on. And it didn't feel that good after that. They would do it, and it would just it'll be like a fist bump. Like I wasn't getting that hug anymore. So, the reason I'm sharing with you guys is because anybody could end up on these type of situations. I'm the type of individual that avoided those type of substances on the street, but I ended up in a situation that I had no control over. I ended up in the hospital, and I was in pain, and you better believe I didn't want to feel that pain. So I took it when they would offer it, but I was conscious of the repercussions if I ended up, continue down that path. So when I was released, they gave me medication, but that medication that they gave me, you guys know what they gave me. They gave me some of those blues, if you will. So I only take those when I'm in pain. I don't sit there and take them like every 6 hours or every 8 hours. I take them as needed. So you got any? Hey, that's my stash. I'm not sharing that. It's hard enough to get it because when they give it to me, they only give me like 20 pills at a time. So I gotta make sure that if I'm in a situation that I'm in pain, you better believe I gotta have my little stash, going. But yeah. So I just wanted to share that for those of you guys that didn't know why I disappeared for that amount of time. I didn't stream for about 2 months or whatnot. I've been slowly recovering. I've been going through a lot, and it hasn't been easy. The recovery is definitely not. It hasn't been easy. There's a lot of things I can't do. I get tired easily. I could barely tie my shoes. If that, that in itself is a challenge. Trying to tie my shoes on, tie my shoes. Or I was telling my wife I'm gonna get some Velcro shoes. Pretty soon you're gonna be seeing me with some New Balance with the Velcro. Just so I could just slip them on and vámonos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So hopefully that clears up some of those questions that you guys had. I'm going to continue the parole board. This hearing, like I said, it's not live. It's from four days ago, and I think we probably got about 30-40 minutes before this hearing goes. Okay, so if you haven't done so, please do so. Tap that screen. It's free. Also hit that follow button. I don't ask for any gifts, but I do ask for tapping the screens and sharing, and that anything that's free, shoot it this way. Praying too. I take prayers too. So if you could pray for me, highly appreciate it, if you will. All right, cool. And we're back on. So next hearing's coming back on. Who is it going to be? No sé, but we're about to find out. All right.
Hi, sir.
Damn. It looks like...
Caballero?
Hey, thank you, Rodriguez. Highly appreciate you. Silas, I have talked to Silas. I plan to meet up with him once I get home, once I feel better and I'm able to travel. Just right now, I'm in no shape to travel right now.
My name is Parole Officer Martinez. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. This is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Paroles. The following board members are present this morning, and by stating their names on the record, certified they have reviewed all statutory required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Panel Member Berry, good morning.
Good morning, Mike Poole.
Robert Sazauskas.
Please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Joseph Caballero, 444405.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Joseph Caballero, inmate number 444450. He is serving a sentence of 3 years and 6 months for criminal possession of a pistol. As of today, records reflect the parole eligibility date of August 26, 2025. There is no victim input in this case. The inmate was heard by the board on May 28, 2025. He was denied parole, and a new hearing date was set for February of 2026. The board recommended that the inmate continue with positive programming and receive no disciplinary reports. Since his last hearing, the offender has completed Tier 2 New Thoughts Voice, utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system. The offender's overall score for risk of recidivism falls within the high range. This is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Why do you think you deserve parole, sir?
Good morning, and thank you for giving me the opportunity today to speak before you today. I would like to say that I take full responsibility for my crime and acknowledge the reason why I am here. I have done the proper programs needed and now have a new outlook on life. I am ready to go home and work and be a positive member of society.
Let him out.
Well, thank you very much,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Caballero.
Thank you for your time today, and God bless.
Thank you. We appreciate your opening comments. So you've been before the board before, so you know how this works, right?
Correct.
So Mr. Sazauskas will start with questions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Mr. Caballero.
Good morning.
I was not on the original hearing, so I'm going to have some questions about what happened so I can understand a little bit better. Why did you have a gun?
Honestly, I wasn't in a drug habit. I didn't have my mind in place at that moment, so I didn't really know what I was doing.
Were you afraid for your safety? Was someone after you?
No, sir.
So I'm trying to understand why you would have a gun if you didn't feel like you needed it.
Just protection. Better
I guess I was doing wrong. Like I didn't really like.
Were you planning to
really
shoot somebody, or were you planning to rob something? Like there had to be a reason that you went out of your way to get the gun. You were holding it. You say you weren't afraid. You weren't afraid of anybody. There was.
Yeah, I just was.
Thank you, D.
Like not to get robbed, but not to get robbed. I guess.
Were you selling drugs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you were selling drugs and to protect yourself from being robbed, because that's a dangerous business, right? You had a gun.
Hey, thank you,
on
Beth.
the street and
Samantha.
street dangerous. I guess.
Okay. What if you find yourself in a dangerous situation again when you get out? What are you gonna do?
Gotta pull out the pew pew.
Nah, I'm just gonna avoid to be in situation occurring to a drug program and working. So I'll just stay out of situation.
Okay.
Hey, that's not how the
Now
streets
you
work.
completed the Tier 2 program, right? Since the last hearing?
Correct.
Samantha, thank you.
Can you tell us what you learned there that can help you so you can stay sober when you get out?
Honestly, I learned how to control my triggers, control my anger, my way of thinking.
Can you tell us what you identified as being some of your triggers? What can make you start to use again?
Looking at me in the eye.
I'm thinking being so in a halfway house, working and staying out of the way from people.
I understand that.
Having
But
to pay your
said that
bills.
in the Tier 2 program, did you say that you learned about triggers?
Correct.
So triggers is like something happens to you and then that might cause you to be at a risk of using drugs again. So what are things that can happen in your life that might cause you to use in the past?
Car insurance, food, the price of food, the price of gas. Let alone that'll detach my retinas. Looking at gas prices, and they told me they were going to be cheaper.
I love my job.
Okay.
So I got stress.
Yeah. So what happens now if when you're out, you start working, things are going good, and then the business closes or something happens, you lose your job? What do you do?
Get an unemployment. Hello.
Keep looking forward and looking for another job to maintain my mind busy.
What up, Bruce?
Who could you ask for help? For a job. Like if you lose your job and you're stressed out, who could you ask for a job? Are there people that in your family, the parole officer maybe?
Yeah, an agency.
Okay. Did you ever work at a temp agency before?
Correct.
Okay, so that's a place maybe you could go, right?
Correct.
You have to think of these things in advance. If losing your job and the stress around that is something that might trigger you to reuse, you have to think about if that happens to you, what are you going to do in the future so you don't use again, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No, it's definitely not.
I saw you had some work reviews, evaluations in your file from jobs in the facility that weren't that good. What happened with your jobs in the prison?
This is a parole board
I
member.
know what happened. They just fired me because I had some food next to my tray So they, I guess they was thinking I was trying to bring it back or something. Like, I don't know. I didn't really got I didn't really got in a bad mood. I just respect his decision, and I just took it like it was. But I never had no tickets, like you could see, and I didn't really got into it like that. I didn't got in a bad mood. I just respect his decision, and that was it.
Did he say
Okay.
snitching?
How do you think you've changed since you've been in prison?
I think I'm changed.
Yeah.
Well, because I've been away from drug habits. Like I say, I did these programs. I learned from it, and all I know is that I just gotta stay away from negativity.
Hey, I hope you're right. For real though, I need the gas prices to go down when I start working again. I haven't
Your
been working
release
since
plan-
December, so
You said that you want to do groups when you're released.
Correct.
What groups are you talking about? Where is that located at? Like, describe to me what you're thinking.
Honestly, I don't know exactly what place I'm going, but I'm just, all I know is I want to work and do group, maintain my mind busy.
What
What
kind
up,
of groups,
Cha-Cha?
though? That's what I'm trying to understand what that means to you.
Drug
Okay.
group.
Have you ever gone to a drug group in the facility? Like AA, NA, any of that?
No, sir.
What town do you want to go to?
Excuse me?
What town do you want to go to? Where do you want to leave to when you get out?
Hartford.
Well, they
Hartford.
approved me Hartford House 2 months ago for Norwich, and the second choice is Hartford.
You know where there's any groups or any programs in those places?
No, sir. But I guess they will help me and direct me in the halfway house.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about these places, sir. I just choose the places not to be in the same place around people, around negativity. Like I say, I just want to do right now that I'm sober and take advantage to do the right thing and do good.
What about working? What's your plan for a job? What kind of work do you want to do?
Well, I got experience in construction, manufacturing, warehouse. But honestly, at the moment, I won't be picky on what type of job or what they're gonna pay me. I will work in anything just to be doing good. And the right
Anything?
things, say I'll stay out there and avoid coming back.
You know what? It's easy not to go back, but it's easy to go back. If you understand, you understand. Yeah, there's no structure.
Okay,
He's
Mr.
definitely
Cavallaro,
winging it.
Those are all the questions I have. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Poole?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just, briefly.
What up,
Mr.
Renee?
Cavallaro, so have you dealt with CCAR at all in the facility?
They working with me. I applied for that, but they also working with me TCM. I got a case manager. She been working on me. She gonna see me Friday again, and I have a resume for her that she told me to when I come back Friday bring a resume so she could type she could print it, and I guess have it ready for me when I get released.
But, just to go back to the CCAR piece for a minute, have you connected with a coach there, or is it just TCM?
just TCM. Because they told me I gotta be close for my release to do that. I also applied for
Damn.
write a request for a drug program, but they told me I gotta be close to release. I gotta wait first. What happened with the parole day, these and that. But yeah, I'm making sure before I come out on release to be in the program and do the right thing.
So a good part of that can be a recovery coach, right?
Correct.
You don't get a drug score higher than you have. 5 is the highest, and you have the highest, right?
Correct.
So going out there and having a plan to connect to meetings, right?
Correct.
And to get involved like that, a coach can really help support that.
Right.
And I really hope that you do that, or the cycle just keeps going. You know that. It doesn't matter what state you're in, it keeps following you,
Yeah, I understand that.
you know? So
Right.
it's time to do something with it. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. So, Mr. Caballero, give us a few minutes to talk about your case, and we'll give you our decision, okay? Mr.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I don't know.
So,
This might be a
Mr.
wobbler.
Cavallaro is here on a read here. He's asked for some programs that not receive any disciplinary reports before this next hearing. It appears to have done that. Spoke to him about things he's learned in his programs. He talked to me about triggers and how losing a job could be stressful. Other stressful things that can happen to him might lead to addiction, and how he knows to ask for help now. That's what I gathered from what he said. So he takes full responsibility for his crime. He says he has a new outlook on life. He's ready to go back into society. I was concerned about these work evaluations a little bit. He spoke about what happened, described situations. Sounds like he took some food. He talked about his release plan.
Yeah, and he could
and
hear
what
them.
they'd like to do.
He could definitely hear everything they're saying about him right now.
Drug programs and groups looking for support from the halfway house to help him find places that he has more drug treatment. He says he's written already, but they said it's too early for him to sign up for drug programs. For when he's released, he's got to wait till he gets closer. So, I think he could use the support. The halfway house, he has a
Well, everywhere is different because in Kentucky, you can't hear them. They take a break and then they come back.
So I would be in favor of granting his discretionary parole today.
Thank you. Mr. Cole?
For all the reasons stated, I would too.
Okay, I just have a halfway house condition. Anything else?
Yeah.
With regard to Joseph Caballero, 444405, I move to grant discretionary parole on or after today, 3/4/26, with the following conditions, in addition to the standard parole conditions. A halfway house placement. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Mr. Caballero, you receive all of this in writing. Congratulations, sir. You've been voted to parole.
Thank you.
This concludes the hearing for Joseph inmate number 444450. This concludes the motorcycle conducted on March 4th, 2006 at 10:22 a.m.
You're all set, sir. Goodbye.
In states like
Thank you.
Utah,
Well,
they do the hearing and they don't let you know till 30 days later. You got to wait for them to mail you what your outcome of your parole board hearing is. So yeah, it varies by state. From what I hear in Texas, you don't even go in front of a parole board. They do everything via paperwork, letters and write-ups and all that stuff. So you don't even get to see them, and they just notify you via the mail. Also, so it varies from state to state. Every state is different. So, but Utah takes long, so I couldn't understand her. But I made a comment earlier on about how easy it is to to get yourself into the system, and we're all one decision away from ending up in a place like this. At least I am. Unless you got money, then if you got money, you could definitely hire a lawyer, and you got some wiggle room, and you can make something happen for yourself. But I think a lot of people don't realize how easy it is to get in situations like this. Luckily for myself, I haven't been in a situation like this in over 25 years. Since I was about 21, 22, I snapped out of it a long time ago. But when you end up in situations like this, you give these individuals a lot of power and control over your life, whether you like it or not. And there's a lot of strings attached that comes with your freedom once you get out of these places. You get on either probation or parole, and then you need to pay to be on these programs. They charge you $2,000-$3,000 just to be on probation and parole. At least in California, that's how it was. When I was involved in the system. I don't know what it is like now, but. And then they could violate you for anything they want. If they don't like you, they'll violate you. And who's gonna disprove what they're putting on this paperwork? I remember one time when I came home and I met up with my PO for the first time, and she had asked me. She was like, "Hey, you gotta pay." It was like $2,000 or $3,000 to be on parole. She was like, "Do you wanna just sign off on this paper and agree to this amount of money, or would you like to go back in front of the judge so the judge could determine whether you need to pay this or not?" And my answer to that question was, "I'll go back in front of the judge and we'll figure it out with the judge. Why would I just sign off and agree to this amount of money when I'm not even working? Maybe I'll get a break from the judge." So she was kind of like surprised. So she went over to the next parole agent that was across from her, and she told that agent, which was also a woman, like, "Hey, he doesn't want to sign this paperwork." And the other agent came over. She was like, "Oh, you don't want to sign this paperwork? Oh, I'll tell you what. If you don't sign this paperwork, we're gonna violate your parole or your probation for not making any payments, for failing to pay your parole or your probation fees." Man. And in that moment when that happened to me, I was like, man, like I was frustrated, I was upset. Like I had a bunch of different feelings going through my body at that time, and just knowing that I couldn't fight back. I was pretty much at their mercy. So at the end of the day, you know what I had to do? I had to sign that paper and agree to those terms of payment. At the end of the day, I got myself into that situation. I can't put that on anybody else. And you got to recognize that the situation sucked. It sucked. Because every month I would have to make like a $25, $40, $50 payment. Something cool that did happen after that interaction, that particular probation officer, she wasn't like the other probation officers. She still hadn't built a callus around her heart. And during that time I was on her caseload, she ended up getting pregnant. Hey, what's up, Kristen? And so when it came time for her to have her baby, she ended up putting in some paperwork to have my fees reduced. And she also put in for me to terminate my probation early. They denied my early termination of probation. I had to do the full 3 years, but they waived the fees, which was cool. She didn't have to do that. She could have just said, whatever, it's not my problem. But she did that before she left, and I recognized that. I'm guessing she probably saw something in me that I was different from the other individuals that she was dealing with. Fortunately for myself, I didn't have any addiction problems or anything, of that nature. And she ended up giving me a break. And after she left, I ended up getting some pretty cool African probation officer. So, I was able to successfully, go through my probation period without any violations. But then again, I had something hanging over my head that the judge had told me. He was like, "Hey, if you ever come back to my courtroom, you ever violate, I'm gonna max you out. I'm gonna send you to prison." So that definitely kept me on the straight and narrow, and from committing any other bad decisions that would affect me in the long run. But yeah, just wanted to share with that with you guys. This was the last hearing from this hearing on the 4th. I'm gonna go ahead and take it down because my stomach is kind of like feeling. For those of you that work at a meat market or you guys buy meat, when they hang up the meat on the wall or the chorizo they got in like tied up and then it kind of looks stretched out. That's kind of what like my stomach feels like right now. It feels like it's being stretched out, because I've been sitting here for the last hour and 35 minutes. Let me see. I had a friend. He was damn. That's a trip. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm not sure when I'll be back. It just depends, how I feel. But if I can, I'll jump on through the week. For those of you that want to catch my notifications when I do get on, sign up for my Discord. It's free, and you'll be instantly notified once I do jump on. Hey, buenas noches, gracias. Highly appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate you guys. If you haven't done so, if this is the first time you guys watching me, or if you haven't done so in the past, hit that follow button. It's free. Those are some of the things that I asked for around here. Anything that I asked for, it's free. Hitting that follow button, tapping that screen, sharing. It's free. It's free for you. It's free for me. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. Hit that follow button, if you will. Thank you, Jen. Highly appreciate you. Anyhow, my dad is going. That's right. Hey, so I am Collect Call James. You guys are watching. You have a collect call from. Judge Boyd lost the next election. Nah, I didn't know. Hey, but I am Collect Call James. You guys are watching. You have a collect call from. And like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it slices out. And with that, I'm out. Rato. And I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm recovering. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Walking around and I wanted to share that with you guys. So I actually had my tube removed. I had my this tube that I had inserted into my stomach. I actually got that removed on Monday. They removed it. They just took it out. They said I didn't have any more fluid in my stomach, so they took it off. So now with that, I'm able to move a little bit a little bit easier. A lot of the times, when I would be out and about, I would have to make sure, like, if I sat down, like that tube wouldn't get tangled up on my leg, or if I was closing the door, I had to make sure that it wouldn't get tangled up on the door. Or when I would jump on the car and I would close the door, I would make sure that I wouldn't smash the bag that was attached to the tube where all the fluid would retain. So it's a lot easier for me to move around now without having that bag, because that bag would hang, and then, or what about, I would think, like, what about somebody came up and they would just pull it and yank it? That wouldn't be good. So, now that it's out, it makes it easier for me to move around and whatnot. And I started feeling a little bit better. So, every day that passes, it's a day that I'm getting to my goal of, getting back to where I was before this whole ordeal started. You're going back to work? Not yet. I'm the doctor, he put me off of work until the end of the month, so the 31st of March. But to be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna be ready to go back to work after the 31st. So I'm gonna check if I could get maybe like another month extension. And I really enjoy being home here with my wife and my daughter. I'm able to spend a lot more time with them, opposed to when I go to work and whatnot. But we'll see how long I'm able to ride this out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyhow, hey, with that being said, I am Collect Call James, and with that, I'm out. A rato y buenas noches. And for those of you that don't speak Spanish, I say good night. Buenas noches.